Alright guys, we're back. We're doing it. Warhammer 40,000, 2,000 points each. The Grey Knights against the Ultramarines. So just to go over real quick the deployment type that we have. So we are on opposite corners of the board here, as you can see. Objective, Glory Seeker, so we're hoping there's a lot of death this game. And the twist is going to be Battle Frenzy. +1 attack to everybody on the battlefield. So just going over real quick what we have. Grey Knights, we've got 5 separate strike squads. So everybody is going to have 2 Falchions and 1 Demon Hammer in each squad. There's 4 squads of 6 and 1 squad of 5. And then what we have down here are some dreadnoughts. All 3 dreadnoughts have twin las cannons and twin assault cannons. On top of that, lastly, what we have over here, 3 3-man paladin squads, as well as the good old baby carriage. Can't go wrong there. And as for my other HQ choice, we have Grandmaster Voldus. I'm gonna hop over to the Space Marine player.
We have 1 Redemptor Dreadnought, Onslaught Gatling Cannon, 2 Fragstorm Grenade Launchers, Icarus Rocket Pod, Heavy Flamer, Redemptor Fist. I think there might be one more, but I forgot. So many. We've got 10 Assault Marines, 3 Plasma Pistols, an Eviscerator, a Close Combat Shield, and Melt-A-Bombs. 5 Intercessors, 5 Intercessors, 5 Intercessors, 5 Devastators, 1 Heavy Plasma Cannon, the rest bolt guns, Signum, Ammonium Cherub, same squad. And then we have another Devastator squad, Blast Cannon, Heavy Bolter, Ammonium Cherub, Signum, same deal. The Chapter Master in the middle, boom boom, with the Burning Blade and the Storm Shield. Gonna cut some shit up today. Got a Librarian, Force Stave, Storm Bolter, Devastator squad, Blast Cannon, Heavy Bolter, Ammonium Cherub, Signum. 5 Sternguard veterans, all Combi Plasma. 5 Sternguard veterans, all Combi Plasma. We have another Intercessor squad. Regular Dreadnought, Multi-Melta, Storm Bolter, Dreadnought Close Combat weapon. 5 snipers with sniper rifles and sniper cloaks, camo cloaks. 7 of those, same. Over there in the corner, 5 little scouts with some knives in there. And then we have Stormhawk Interceptor, yeah.
Cool, so a little bit of layout here. Not sure who's gonna win this one yet, but we do have to see if the initiative will be stolen.
Dun dun dun.
So, roll a dice.
You're the one rolling it.
So we got the end of player 1, Grey Knight. What happened here? Not too eventful. Moved a couple troops around, strike squad into the terrain. The 2 strike squads here up, as well as Grandmaster Voldus. Now between a little shooting from my 3 dreadnoughts and magic and shooting from Voldus and the boys, have a couple intercessors down, a couple of the veteran squad down. We put 9 wounds on the Redemptor Dreadnought. Killed a few Devastator squads. So in the back there's 1 remaining there, and there's 2 remaining in this squad. Everything else has stayed the same. We're getting ready to move to the Ultramarines, turn 1. Alright, a quick rundown at the end of the bottom of turn 1. So what we have here from Ultramarine shooting, 2 dead dreadnoughts. Also, between a whole lot of fire and combat, we've had a strike squad member die here and 2 die here. And then both of these squads were completely wiped out from gunshots from all these units that you can see. We did get some close combat The jump pack boys went into the strike squad here. They killed 2. Strike squad killed 2. And old man Voldis took his hammer and slapped the ass of a couple of these intercessors. So there's one guy left there. Everybody passed morale. We're going to clear up some of these dead models and move on to the top of turn 2. Dread Knight player's turn. Or Grey Knight player's turn. Dread Knight and his paladin boys coming in. Here we go. Top of turn 2 coming at you. Give you an overview of what happened. There was a lot that went down this phase, especially with bringing in reinforcements, my Dread Knight and the 3 squads of Paladins. But we'll give you a quick rundown of what happened. As far as movement phase goes, had everything drop in the corner. 2 squads here, 1 squad here. Everything else over here was already in combat or moving forward. Once we got to the psychic phase, we had some miscasts happen. We lost some good men that day. Rest in peace. Pour one out for your homies. Psychic was pretty uneventful. Nothing too much really going. We got to the shooting phase. Again, some light stuff died. The rest of this Decimator squad? Devastator squad. My apologies. They were able to get killed. Outside of that, everything from the Dreadnought, this boy here, did miss on the Redemptor. So that kind of blew. But then we got to the combat phase. I'll give you a quick rundown. The Dread Knight allows the rerolls of failed charges on these squads, and this squad definitely needed it. Thank God for that. So these units were able to get into combat with the scouts and then run into the next squad here, and the lone las cannon got mowed down by these paladins, putting them in the next squad. Also, the other paladin squad over here initially failed their charge, but rolled a command point to get the reroll, and ended up getting into combat, rolling through the intercessors into the Devastator squad here. So that's where we're looking now. We're getting ready to go bottom of turn 2. Here we go. Back at it at the bottom of 2. What have we got here, boys? Well, there's a little fun thing about the Ultramarines. I probably should have known that they can fall back and still shoot. So essentially all the combats, the Ultramarines player pulled all of his troops out, leaving pretty much everything exposed to get blasted. So they do take a minus to hit, but you could see the damage is done. 1 dead Dread Knight, my warlord dead. So, had some good rolling in the magic phase. Outside of that, the only combat, the Ultramarines captain charged into the Paladin. There was 1 dead from some shooting from these big guys. But the captain did a wound or 2, and then the Paladin struck back and killed him. So we're going to pick up some of these dead models here, get to the top of 3, and give you an update as soon as that is done. Top of turn 3 live here at the Grey Knight vs. Ultramarine game. Just a quick little rundown of what we did that last phase. Had a little bit of magic go off. We did end up doing some damage to the flyer. I did find out later in the phase that you're not allowed to charge it unless you also have the fly keyword. So I just have a couple sitting ducks over here as far as that goes. The assault squad is terminated. There's nobody left there. Between magic and shooting, the Redemptor Dreadnought has fallen, as well as a regular Dreadnought from the Grey Knight Dreadnought. Over here, the Paladins continue to chop the shit out of whatever's in their way. They've pretty much mowed down whatever they've come in contact with, even with the Grandmaster dead. But we're getting ready to go to the Space Marine player. So we'll get back to you after that at the bottom of turn 3. Bottom of 3. We're calling it here. Ultramarines player has conceded after a turn of nothing but unreal armor saves on the Grey Knight's parts. Pretty sure it was 100% armor saves hit when on every shooting attack during this phase. So everything going one direction at this point. It doesn't really have an answer for the Paladins. So we're calling this one a Grey Knight victory for today. I'm going to ask my opponent now, what's one thing that surprised you and one thing you would have done differently this game?
The Paladins definitely surprised me with their extreme dexterity in combat, toughness or wounds 3. Not many things have damage 3 except if you have an autocannon on a Predator, but come on. And I didn't expect them to eat through everything.
So for me, I would probably say biggest surprise would also be the Paladins, how they just kind of were a mulcher for whatever was put in front of them. Something I would have done differently is some of my movement here towards the end and not knowing you could charge a flyer, and also brushing up on my rules. Now that I know Ultramarines can fall back and shoot, it's a bit of a game changer. Would have changed how I did some of my movement earlier on. But otherwise, we're back, boys. We're going to be getting some more battle reports out there.
Sup, doobie?
Sup, doobie?